Hello everyone, my name is Dallas May, and today we are going to be reacting to a trailer that came out very recently. And we're going to review it and look at it and see what and all is in it. It's titled Resident Evil Welcome to Racoon City, Trailer 2021. Now I did see some of this trailer, and I did comment on it, but we're going to review it and take a look at it.
Duncan, I'm trying to do the court-martial.
Skip that ad. Okay, from looking at the opening part of this, it looks like it could be from where Hunk and his team were attacked by William Birkin when he was the G-Virus monster, but that may be something else. I'm not sure what to make of this first part here, where it shows the soldiers and Claire riding a motorcycle. I mean, in Resident Evil 2, that's how Claire met Leon. She was riding her motorcycle until they got to like a gas station. But as for the soldiers, I think that's when the outbreak is starting to like start, or when the virus is breaking out and all that. I'm not entirely sure. But let's keep going.
Discover the origin.
There's Claire. September 30th, 1998. Constantine Films. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Claire actually talks with Chris in this one? Correct me if I'm wrong, but in the Resident Evil 2 game, didn't Claire have zero interaction with Chris? Or is this, like, months before that? Like, did she come to Racoon City, talk with Chris, and then leave and then come back? Because if that's the case, then that's something we need to know. Who's this guy?
Umbrella.
That person looked fugly. Oh, hell. The classic tanker truck. I remember the tanker truck from Resident Evil 2. It crashes and separates Claire and Leon. I remember that. My question is, who's the dude in the camera or whatever? The guy that had a beard. He kind of looks like one of my college professors almost. Okay, from this guy right here I'm looking at, this is supposed to be, Chief Irons from Resident Evil 2, Leon's boss or whatever. I gotta point out that Chief Irons actually looks more like Leon in this film. I mean, if you look at his haircut, he kind of has that same haircut Leon has in the game. But if that's the case, then who's playing Leon? I like the music. Wait a minute. That's supposed to be Leon? Okay, in Resident Evil 2, Leon had a completely different haircut. And I'm 100% positive that he did not have a mustache and goatee. And maybe a little bit of a neck scruffle. That looks more like a Carlos than it does a Leon. Don't hate me for saying that, but that guy looks almost like a Carlos than he does Leon. I'm hoping that's who that is. I'm hoping that's like Carlos and maybe Leon is someone else. But from the looks of the outfit, I'm guessing that's who Leon is supposed to be. Wait a minute. You're telling me that Claire is the one that gives Leon the RPD vest? Bruh. In the game, Leon obtains it himself. That's a bit odd. Okay, I see what you're going for here. You're combining Resident Evil 2 with Resident Evil 1, making them into one big movie. Because right now, it cut from parts of Resident Evil 2, and now it's cutting to parts of Resident Evil 1. Because right here, it shows the Bravo Team helicopter and the teammates from the STARS Alpha Team, with Chris, Barry, Jill, all those other characters we come to know and love. My question is, who's this doctor guy? I've seen in another video that that's supposed to be William Birkin, but it never showed William Birkin in the mansion. It showed him dying in his underground lab. So the question is, who is this guy? I'd like to know. Wait a minute. That's the fucking Ashford twins. Yeah. There's Alexia, there's Alfred. Another shot of Alexia, and they were pulling the wings off the dragonfly. But question is, who's this doctor dude? He's right behind them. Maybe that's Alexander. Either that or Marcus. I mean, it's hard to tell who he's supposed to be, because I know William Birkin dies in the laboratory, and it never showed him stepping foot inside the mansion. Never showed it. But it did show, like, a picture of him and Wesker as, like, part of a research team. I don't know if that's where this, like, projection thing's coming from. Or maybe that's another scientist entirely. I'd like to know. Honestly, I would. Okay, it's showing them, I guess, uncovering Umbrella's research. Because I'm looking right now at these, subject Sarah Trevor. And it's showing, like, I guess BOW experiments. It's hard to make out the photos, really. But it's labeled dangerous. So I'm assuming they're uncovering Umbrella's experiments. Like they did in Resident Evil 1. Like showing, like, Cerberus, the Tyrant, the Lickers, the Hunters, all them. Oh, okay. Okay. You got my attention, Resident Evil Welcome to Racoon City. You got my attention. Because right now I'm looking at a screenshot of the STARS Alpha Team going into the mansion. So you got my attention. You got my attention. Oh, it's the very first zombie from the first Resident Evil game. When you play as Jill or Chris when you first encounter a zombie. Holy shit. That is a freaking awesome detail for them to add. Oh fuck. Itchy Tasty. I remember that, Rose. You remember that? You don't remember playing the first one? I never played the first one. Oh man. I remember Itchy Tasty. It's from a segment in the Underground. I think. I may be wrong. It may be from like another note, but it was in the first one. God, I need to play that game again. Oh, Cerberus. A classic collider scene. What the fuck was that? What are you? What is that thing? Is that supposed to be Birkin? Because if that's a tyrant, he got a Mondo upgrade. I'm thinking that's supposed to be like Birkin after the G-Virus had mutated so bad. I'm not entirely sure. Unless that's supposed to be something else entirely? What is that thing? Wait a minute. That's supposed to be a liquor? It looks tinier! It does! It looks much tinier than your average liquor. Or maybe that's just the way the camera is angled and it just makes it look smaller. But to me, it kind of looks a little smaller than what your average liquor looks like. Okay, let me look back at that liquor for a split second. That is one ugly-ass looking liquor. Okay. So, Resident Evil Welcome to Racoon City. I gotta say, it is a very promising trailer. And I gotta say, I'm looking forward to coming out on November 24th. Because this one actually looks like it has something to do with the games. None of the other Resident Evil movies had anything to do with the games. All the other movies were based upon Alice and her story. I kind of want to see this movie more than the other ones because it does look pretty faithful to the other games. Because it looks like it actually has something to do with the games. And that makes it much more enjoyable and interesting. Because the other movies, some of them just didn't make sense, and some of them just copied fighting scenes from the games and tried to make the characters look like the characters did in the video games. And then the rest of the story had nothing to do with the games. So, I really want to see this movie come out and just see how good it is. The CGI may need a little work, but God, this looks good. If it's a fan film, you got me sold. I mean, sure, the CGI may not look all that great, but hey, they're trying. So I gotta say, Welcome to Racoon City has gotta be probably my new favorite, if they don't fuck it up. If they fuck it up, I'm not gonna be happy. If they don't fuck it up and make it one hell of a banger, then I might do a review on it. Comment and link subscription down below, add a like, and if you want to see me, like, if it is a good movie, if you want to see me do a review, comment down below and I'll try my best. This is Dallas May, signing off.